Well, who doesn't know about Mark Zuckerberg? Not only is he one of the wealthiest people on the planet, but he's also one of the most popular businessmen in the world as well. Let's see how many mansions this billionaire owns. Palo Alto Properties. Mark Zuckerberg's main residence is his home in Palo Alto, located in one of the most esteemed areas the city has to offer, which is called Crescent Park. Over time, he purchased 4 other properties in Palo Alto, all adjacent to each other, truly planting his roots in the city. The inside of the home is one of the coziest billionaire mansions you'll ever discover. The living room, dining rooms, and the kitchen with a breakfast bar are all so warm and welcoming that you would never want to leave. In order to ensure his privacy, Zuckerberg has a habit of purchasing surrounding properties wherever he purchases a house. This justifies the fact that he spent more than $43 million to acquire 4 homes surrounding his Palo Alto residence and planned to tear them down. His plan was to turn the entire area into a massive compound, and as you might expect, the officials did not like the move. But can you really stop Mark? Lake Tahoe Estates. Back in 2019, Zuckerberg managed to scrap together all the funds to buy not 1, but 2 neighboring properties in Lake Tahoe. This is North America's largest alpine lake and is full of tourist attractions. And, not coincidentally, the home is of a few billionaires like Larry Ellison and David Duffield. The Carousel home is the first of 2 properties he bought in Lake Tahoe, and he spent a total of $25 million to acquire this property. It's a two-door style house, which means that it appears like a gorgeous architecture used in the 15th and 16th centuries, but it's equipped with all the modern amenities one might need. The house contains 14 bedrooms and 11.5 bathrooms, including 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom in the separate attached caretaker's quarters, and of course, a 2-car garage. This Carousel estate was built in the 1920s and has hosted some areas of the most popular personalities. Located on the most desired street around the lake, the estate's exterior alone is enough to sell you on the place, and what lakefront property is complete without a pier? The Carousel estate has a cutting-edge pier that can accommodate 7 50-foot boats. Brushwood Estate. If you think that's exciting, the Brushwood Estate is larger of the 2, and of course, the most expensive one too. It was put on the market with a whopping $45 million asking price. So, what managed to draw Mark Zuckerberg to this estate? It is the 6.2 acres of lakefront property, and it is the fact that it's right next door to the Carousel Estate. Or it is just because the Brushwood is smaller of the 2? The Brushwood Estate was put on the market with a high asking price and a dream. This was no average estate, as it held a long history dating back to the 1920s, and it experienced its ups and downs over the years. It was even recently used to hold the annual Oscar de la Renta fashion show. What more does this estate have to offer? Well, for starters, this 6.2-acre lakeside estate comes with 3 buildings and around 400 feet of private shoreline, the main structure of 6,954 square feet of living space, and the 2 guest houses have 2,500 and 1,530 square feet of living space, respectively. San Francisco Townhouse. In 2013, Mark Zuckerberg decided to expand his rapidly growing real estate portfolio even further. He traveled to San Francisco to purchase a townhouse located between Noe Valley and Mission District, which might not exactly be the fanciest of neighborhoods, having been described as gritty and not exactly the kind of place you'll find a person of his status. Still, the property managed to win Mark's heart as he gladly shelled out $10 million for it. The house is 5,500 square feet and sits on 9,800 square foot lot with a 70 square feet of sidewalk frontage. And if that wasn't enough, Zuckerberg was sure to elevate it to a billionaire standard with a $1.6 million injection and 17 months of work. So, he spent over $11 million on this house to get it up to his standards. If you're as rich as Mark, you can easily afford such houses. Hawaii Properties. Back in 2014, when Mark Zuckerberg hasn't even reached the billionaire status, he decided to purchase some plots and figured out what best place to do with it than the Pacific Ocean. So he paid a lot of money for the 750 acres of land on an isolated stretch of the Hawaiian beach. He bought another 89 acres of land for over $45 million, but Mark wasn't done yet. He bought another 89.2 acre stake in Philly Beach and purchased a sugar plantation adjacent to the beach for a whopping $49.8 million and $66 million respectively. He shelled out a ton of money on these tropical regions, and being this smart, he surely must have seen the benefit in doing so. Click one of the 2 videos on screen right now.